are they? What are they doing? What was discussed in Ratai?
Oh, for Christ's sake, I really don't know anything. I was in Ratai and at the council, but I didn't understand what they were talking.
Well, finally we're getting to the truth. That is, apart from the bit about you not understanding them.
But I really...
Stop pretending to be a half-wit. You're insulting my intelligence and your own too. Tell me right now what you said. Well, had enough at last? Can we start being serious finally? Is it worth suffering like this to protect that traitor and turncoat Jobst? Do you think letting yourself be killed will do any good? This is not your war! Now listen up. If you tell me what I want to know, I'll stop. And I'll get von Bergau to demand a ransom for you from Radzig. Then you'll be able to go back to that shithole of yours.
My shithole, my native shithole, was burnt to the ground because of Sigismund, who you serve, you mangy cur! So you can shove your ransom up your arse! Ah! Fuck! Ah!
This is the last time I'll ask. What do you know about Jobst and Liechtenstein? Where did they go from Ratai? What do they have planned?
And I'm telling you, for the last time, go fuck yourself.
As you wish.
Ah! Ah!
You had your chance to speak. It's your own Normally, I'd have a bit more fun with you. I did promise at Nebakov to gut you after all, but I don't have the time. So I'll gut someone else and leave you to Ernest here.
Right now?
Right now. But if you want a bit of enjoyment, you can make it slow.
As you wish.
No! Stop it! Don't do it!
What is it, priest? Is there something you'd like to tell us?
Godwin, no! Shut up!
Tell me then. What's on your mind, father?
From what I understood, Jobst is looking for allies so he can take on Sigismund.
That's not really news. I want to know where he is now.
In Brandenburg. He went to Brandenburg.
That's better. And what about Liechtenstein?
Radzig said Jobst sent him to Kuttenberg. That's all I know. As God is my witness.
Well, I'll be. He sent him right into Sigismund's lap. This might surprise you, but I believe you. And you've saved this bastard's life. You'll be rewarded in heaven for that. Well then, that will do for today. See? All you had to do was cooperate a bit, and now it's all over. Wasn't all that blood spilt needlessly. Now rest up. You'll need a lot of strength for tomorrow. There's a lot more I want to know. Good night, gentlemen. Well, that's that. Find Eric for me. He's going on a little trip.
Does running for it still seem like a bad idea to you?
You know, the worst of it is that we betrayed the others. And now they'll get the same as us.
Don't feel so bad about it, lad. Everyone breaks under torture. It's only a matter of time.
Hey. Can you hear that?
Hallelujah! I'm as thirsty as a fish.
About time, Catherine. What took you so long?
You can hang around here a bit longer if you like.
Wait. You? So that's why you pretended not to know me this whole time?
Did you work that out all by yourself?
And that's why you killed that man by the pond?
I wouldn't let anyone put their filthy hands on my most loyal sister-in-arms, would I?
Well, if it hadn't been for me, you wouldn't have been able to stop it.
See how cocky he is, Catherine?
He's right though, Zizka. He acted like an utter madman who's tired of life. But you were still far away, and if it hadn't been for him... Thank you, Henry.
A madman? I just don't run away from a fight, that's all.
Like I said, a madman. Are you all right?
I'll live. But everything else won't be so straightforward.
What about you two?
Better than I probably look.
He didn't pay all that much attention to me. We haven't met, my dear. Godwin's the name.
Catherine. But this isn't the time for pleasantries. We have to get out of here.
The lass is right. Get out of here. How?
I've thought of that. There's a secret passageway that leads right from the basement to the Apollonia Rocks.
A secret passage?
That's right.
Good work, Kate. Thank Christ. So what are we waiting for?
Don't count your chickens yet. It won't be that simple. There's an iron gate at the start of the passage. We won't be able to force it, we need the key. And the Lord of the Castle has it.
And right now, that's the Hungarian. Sakra. Where can we find him?
In his chambers at the top of the Crone Tower, most likely. That's the smaller tower on the far side of the castle.
Getting hold of the orders he got from von Berghoff would also come in handy.
And our things.
Istvan had your things taken to his chambers. And the documents will be in either the scribe's chambers or von Berghoff's.
How many people are there in the castle?
That's one thing working in our favor. A lot of them left with von Berghoff. Here in the upper castle, there's just Istvan and a couple of men. There are more in the lower courtyard, but we don't have to worry about them. Besides, there's a storm on the way, so they'll all be inside.
I'll take care of Istvan and get the keys.
Sure. That's a brilliant plan.
Someone has to. And I'm in...
Don't worry. I'll do it.
That's just what I'm afraid of.
He said he wants to get some sleep. With any luck, the lad will find him in bed.
The two of us can go.
Don't take this the wrong way, Godwin. But Henry has to be stealthy, and you'd just get in his way. What's more, we need to search our tower, find von Berghoff's orders. And to keep guard. If someone came, Catherine wouldn't be able to handle him on her own. And I can't help her in this state.
Have you forgotten, Shishka? I'm supposed to bring him home in one piece.
Don't worry, he can cope. Someone who can hack me in the face won't have any difficulty with that fucking Hungarian midget.
All right, then. Be careful. And don't take unnecessary risks. No fucking around. Just cut his throat while he's asleep.
It's not every day you hear a priest handing out advice on throat cutting. But I'll follow it. All right, let's split up. And you, Godwin, see what you can find in von Berg.
If I...
It's just... I could do with some kind of armor. I know he may be lower than vermin, but I don't want to strangle him with my bare hands.
I don't think the poor bastard who was guarding us will need his stuff anymore. Robbing the dead may be a sin, but I'm sure Father here...
Aye. Although, turning a blind eye...
Wait, Henry. I'll give you my knife. I won't need it here.
Thanks.
I'll take care of Jan.
It's not so terrible. You're exaggerating.
Sorry. I forgot the great Jan Zizka always has to be a hero, even if it costs him his life. And I, goose that I am, bother him by caring whether he lives or dies.
Catherine?
To hell with the storm. It's this castle. I keep hearing the wind howling in my chamber. I hardly slept a wink. We've got a whole...
Ride the horse into the ground if you like. You'll pass through Senates. That belongs to the Rosenbergs, and they'll give you a fresh one. Here's a report for von Berghoff. I almost felt sorry for Radzig's bastard. But we got what we want. The main thing is, find Job's spy, Liechtenstein.
What's the matter? You worried about me?
Don't worry, we'll be fine.
You've grown into a very capable young man. But you still have to learn to fight for your place in the sun. Nobody will hand anything on a platter to men like you and me.
I won't forget that.
Farewell.
Farewell, dear boy. In the end, you'll see I was right. The stronger dog
Fucks the bitches!
I'm not like you.
If you think you... Jesus! What are you waiting for? Let's finish this. So, you want your father's sword? Come and get it. What's it to be? Oh, Christ! Shit!
In the end, see, I was right. The stronger dog. Fucks the bitches!
I hope the bastard didn't have those keys on him. I'd better take a look in his chamber. think we have everything. We can go.
You took our things.
I did.
We have the orders. Let's get out of this accursed place.
Great. Do you have the keys?
We have the keys, the orders, and our things.
And also a rather nice sword. I suppose you settled things with the Hungarian.
Before you lot start exchanging revenge stories, give me the keys. I have to find the right one.
Here you are. Istvan is dead. I killed him.
And is it a weight off your shoulders? Has anything changed?
Aye. It's a wonderful feeling. Now I just have to sort out the rest of them.
Be careful, Henry. It's understandable after what happened to you. But taking pleasure in revenge can be dangerous. And not just for your soul.
Amen.
Leave him be. He's a warrior. You can see it in his eyes. You did the right thing, Henry.
And did you follow my advice? Or did you take needless risks?
I acted like a knight. I gave him the chance to defend himself.
So you ignored my advice? Oh, dear lad. What would have happened if you had lost? Did you think about that?
A knight can't think like that. To hell with that, but... that bastard didn't deserve a fair fight. You should have gutted him in his sleep, like Godwin said.
Well, thank God it didn't end up worse.
If you've all finished chatting, I'd like to remind you where we are. We have to vanish, now!
Is it far? Zizka won't make it too far on foot.
I'll make it.
How should I know? I've never been here before. I think the passage ends somewhere in Apollonia, and that's a short way from the castle. There's an old poacher's camp in the rocks there, and my people will be waiting there. You go first, Henry, and light the way. I'll lock the gate behind us.
Well, let's go then. I just hope we won't get buried alive.
In that case, at least we'll have a burial with a priest.
I read it in the seminary.
I know a lot of bull-headed men. I don't have to read any old tales in some seminary. Right, Zizka?
Catherine!
And how did this mini tower of yours come to have a bull's head?
Fresh air at last. Now, if we had a little wine...
They've noticed we're gone.
How far are your people with the horses?
Young Mika will be waiting half a mile to the south, at an old camp.
I need to rest. Supposing we take a look at Sigismund's letter. See what the bastard is plotting. Oh, good idea. Here, give me some light. Now, let me see. I, Sigismund of Luxembourg, by the will of God, King of Hungary, Dalmatia, and Bohemia.
Oh, Christ, skip that.
And I therefore call my loyal ally... Sigismund is mustering his allies and their armed forces to Kuttenberg.
What does it mean?
It means that he's lost patience. And he's planning to crush the resistance while he still can.
So, von Burgov and von Aulitz have gone to Kuttenberg?
Yeah. And my friend Hinek of Kunstadt is at Suchtal Fortress, not far from Kuttenberg. And Liechtenstein is in Kuttenberg too. We have to warn them.
And we have to help Capon?
Yeah, but first we must get away from here. Only he can't get far on foot.
I'll bring the horses to the road. You wait here.
But the place is crawling with them.
You go ahead. They'll give up in a while. We'll move further back inside.
When you meet Mika, the password is Falcon. God go with you, lad.
I'm just an ordinary farmhand.
What the? Fuck you! You won't get me. Big mistake, shithead. You son of a bitch!
Depends on who's asking.
I'm Henry. I'm here to... Falcon. Password is Falcon.
Alright. I'm Mika. Where's Catherine?
It all went tits up. We've got a wounded man. We need to take the wagon all the way to the passage to load him on. Where is it, anyway?
We left the wagon and the horses just outside of Apollonia. The soldiers are combing the forest. Nobody can get through till they stop.
Fuck!
I thought we could sneak out of here. But if someone's wounded...
You don't look too good neither.
Listen, my brother and the butcher's hand are guarding the wagon. But if we don't show up by daybreak, that means something's gone wrong, and they'll leave. Someone has to tell them what happened.
All right, I'll go. Go and find Catherine in the cave. She'll fix you up. Where exactly is the wagon?
Keep heading south from here until you come across a cliff split in two. There's a broken down wagon standing nearby. Go between the rocks, up the hill, then head south. If you pass by an abandoned camp, you'll know you're going the right way. It's another mile or so past the camp. Just keep heading south. You should come across them then. We're parked a bit off the road, so as not to be seen.
All right.
Don't forget to say the password Falcon to them too, so they don't kill you on sight.
All right.
Good luck. God be with you.
I'm with you. broken wagon. Let's head up the hill here. We should keep going south from here. Volkan! Catherine sent me. Things got a bit complicated.
Carry straight on to Yichin. The merchant road will take you right to Kuttenberg.
What, you're not coming with us?
No. I have to go back to Razik and Hanush and tell them what's being planned and what happened to Lord Capen. Like, it's high time you got going. Watch out for yourselves. Especially you, Henry. I don't have to come back and look for your body again.
I'll do my best.
Look, if you find yourself stuck, look for Sir Odorin of Rabosh and give him this ring. He'll help you, even if he's not too happy about it.
Godspeed!
So, we finally got him. How does it feel?
I said, how does it feel? Do you really think you could get rid of me? No, no, dear boy. You and I still have a lot of work to do.
Henry? Are you hurt? You fell asleep. Are you all right?
Is it much further?
We'll reach Sukdal shortly, if those woodcutters by the forest weren't making it up. They looked pretty frightened.
Maybe they were just in awe of your beauty.
My, you've got a silver tongue, eh?
Not that I want to contradict, but I think there might be another reason. Sigismund is riding roughshod over the country, so the people are cautious. I can't blame them.
If it was only Sigismund. The devil is just as bad.
I thought we'd sorted all this out. He's no saint, not by any means. But he is an ally of the king, and my friend.
Who is?
The dry devil.
Lord Hinek of Kunstadt, Burgrave of Znojmo Castle, a great warrior, and at this moment a guest of the Lord of Sukdal.
He's a drunkard, and a dangerous... violent man.
I'll watch him. Don't you worry.
Why do they call him the Dry Devil, anyway?
You can ask him yourself when you see him.
I don't know why he's dry, but I know exactly why they call him the devil.
Can you give it a rest? I don't need you insulting him before I get a word in.
Great. So I'm to keep my mouth shut, eh?
Say what you like. Just don't go bugging the devil. At least for a while. That's all I'm asking.
What happens after we get to Suckdog?
We'll find out soon enough. The main thing we have to hope for is that the local lord will even receive us.
Where are you going?
Who is that?
Pisek
Sir
ain't gonna see
Peter
ya.
of Pisek,
He's got an important
Mint
visit.
Master to King Wenceslas himself. Very important man.
I bet he can't wait for us to ride into his courtyard.
We don't look too impressive, that's true. But I'm hoping Dry Devil will put in a word for us.
And what's your plan after that? We have to save Sir Hans.
Don't worry, we'll get to that, if it's not too late.
Hopefully it won't be. He's a noble, so they'll ransom him.
I don't know. His uncle has a reputation for being a pinch purse. You know him, Henry?
Yeah. Well, I don't know where you heard that from. He was always kind to me.
But that's all by the by anyway. I intend to wage war, not parley. And if I know Dry Devil, he's of the same mind.
Well, I don't know how many men Hinek has, but aren't we a bit short-handed for waging war?
There's just enough for my kind of war.
Long last.
What's this? Gate's wide open.
Watered, fed, saddled, first thing. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Greetings. What's your business here?
The blessing of our Lord Jesus Christ, sir. I expect you're Peter Pisek. I'm Jan Žižka of Trocnov. I have an important message for your guest, Hinek of Kronstadt. Actually, for you two.
A message for the Dry Devil?
Well now, Captain Žižka. And young Henry.
Margrave Jobs.
Sir.
I'm afraid your friend Hinek is no longer here. I'd love to know what brought you two together. But also, what the hell happened to you?
Well, sir...
Unfortunately, I'm otherwise occupied at the moment. Get some rest. You're clearly in dire need of it. We'll talk tomorrow. Sir Peter, please, take care of our guests.
Yes, sir.
Let's go!
He's all we needed.
You must be tired and hungry after your journey. Follow me.
You have a very fine fortress, my lord.
I'm glad you think so.
You don't?
To be honest, I'd much prefer to go back to Kuttenberg. Life in a fortress isn't ideal for a man with my experience.
Excuse me.
And with your fortune.
That gets worryingly small. Every day, Lord Trotzlov.
Hardly surprising if you're putting up the Margrave here.
No, that's more down to his Hungarian cousin, if you get my meaning.
Perfectly, my lord.
Take that shit! God be with you.
I'm sorry. Oh well.
Eat whatever takes your fancy, my friends. You look like you've had a hard journey.
Ah, the journey wasn't so bad, especially compared to what came before it.
Where are you coming from, anyway?
From Trusky.
That's Sir Otto von Burgo's domain. What were you doing there, pray tell?
We were in a castle cellar, talking to an old acquaintance.
My God, how did that happen?
Simple. I'm in the service of Lord Sokol of Lamberg, same as Dry Devil, and I had a job to do around Trusky, if you get my meaning.
Absolutely. But it wasn't much of a success, was it?
Actually, it was pretty much. We even took a castle.
Well, more like a small stronghold.
And we nearly got von Berghoff too.
And what prevented you from completing that righteous deed?
Markvart von Aulis.
I know that name. He's the commander of the Prague militia.
Exactly. And they came with him.
But why would the Praguers send forces to Trotsky?
Ah, but they didn't, sir. They weren't sent to Trusky, but here. They just stopped off to visit von Berghoff because he was in a tight situation, and they took him along with them.
Here? To my fortress? Christ almighty.
Not just here, but everywhere where King Wenceslas still has supporters.
And that's also one of the reasons why we're here. We came to warn you. It seems Sigismund's run out of patience. He's going to break the truce and finish off the rebellion while he still has time. So he's convened all his followers in Kuttenberg with von Berghoff and von Orlitz in the lead. It's just a matter of time before the battles begin.
We've got to secure the fortress quickly, stock up on supplies, reinforce the guard and drill the troops. But I'm grateful to you, friends. Wait here. I'll have the best wine I have brought to you. Bring that red from Burgundy right away.
You might want to save some for Jobst.
I'll gladly risk his displeasure for this occasion.
It seems we both have the same opinion of Jobst, eh?
Well, that is, I wouldn't dream of disrespecting the Margrave. Where do you know him from?
I don't really know him as such. We merely know each other due to my original trade.
Yes, I've heard of you. They say you used to be, well...
Yes, a bandit. It's no secret, sir. King Wenceslas even put a price on my head once. And Catherine here, she...
I'm sure that's of no interest to the noble gentleman. And anyway, if anyone knows Jobst well, it's Henry here. You two are quite on friendly terms, aren't you?
Well, we only met once, in fact. When he came to see Lord Hanush in Rattay.
Anyway, we're straying a little from the point. As I said, one of the reasons we came here is to warn you. And the other reason goes by the name of Hynek, the Dry Devil. Where is he?
Well, he was here for a while, at my invitation.
Was here? So he's gone?
Where did he go?
I couldn't say. He didn't part quite on the best of terms.
That's quite normal for him. Don't take it to heart, sir.
I had no issue with him. It's more about Margrave Jobst. When he met Hynek, he was somewhat disturbed.
Disturbed? Why?
Well, let's say, after an exchange of opinions, they agreed it would be best if they saw as little of each other as possible. I'm sure if you're interested in the details, the Margrave will explain it to you himself.
I'd be very surprised.
Why is Jobst taking such risks? He almost put himself in Sigismund's reach. What for?
To do what he's been doing all his life. Scheming.
One could put it that way. He's seeking allies amongst the undecided lords, and winning over to our side some of the ones who've sided with Sigismund so far.
He wants to make deals with turncoats?
Alas, that's the way it goes in politics. The majority lean towards the side where they expect the least problems. Just between us, I'm not too pleased myself about Jobst's strategy, and I'm the last one who'd wish for violence.
What was Dry Devil doing here, anyway?
Waging war, if you can call it that. He ambushed 3 of Sigismund's supply caravans and a troop of Cumans in these parts alone. It made me a little nervous. If anyone found out he was hiding out here, in the end, it was Jobst himself who sorted it out. He told Hynek he had to stop because he was interfering with his plans.
What do you think about all of this, sir? Sigismund, Wenceslas, Jobst?
What kind of question is that? Do you doubt my loyalty to our king?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Henry here sometimes forgets to weigh his words, sir.
That's all right. To be frank, we all know that King Wenceslas isn't the great man his father Charles was. But that is the way of the world. History is full of kings who didn't know how to wear the crown. The blood running in their veins is more important than what's in their heads. He's not a capable ruler. What of it? In my opinion, kingship is above all a guarantee of divine peace. A sovereign's greatest asset is his legitimacy.
But what if the sovereign is truly bad? If he's mad, say?
I'll put it this way. Nobody lives forever, lad.
Least of all bad kings. Isn't that right, sir?
So, what about us? What do we do now?
The Margrave will certainly want to talk to you, but the earliest he'll be back at the fortress will be tomorrow. I hope until then, you won't refuse my offer of a bed for the night.
Just an offer. So you'd let us leave if we wanted to?
Well, the Margrave did ask me to look after you until he returns, for the sake of security.
Whose security?
Good question. Yours, I expect.
So be it. I couldn't take another step anyway.
Sir, there's still one more thing we came for. Lord von Bergov is holding my lord, Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, hostage. And we also have to warn Jobst's ally, John of Liechtenstein. Do you know anything about those two?
Sorry, I don't. I didn't even know von Bergau had come here until you told me.
Which is actually good news. If he'd been caught and executed, the word would be all over the region. So there's a strong hope he's alive.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Lord Pisek.
It's the least I could do, lad. My fortress is open to all the king's supporters, even if that does make it a bit crammed.
I suppose I ought to get to bed. Where can I sleep, sir?
I had some chambers prepared for all of you. Yours is right here in the palace. Cross that corridor and go up the stairs. You can't miss it. There's a garland above the door. But first, eat your fill. All of you. And maybe you'd like to bathe before going to bed. I told my servant Susanna to prepare baths for you. The baths are in the little house in the courtyard, right next to the well.